Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Well, it's another wonderful day in the Philippines and not much going on. Uh, Grace and I have taken the last 2 days to try to catch up on things that's necessary here at home. And I was sitting here this morning, I'm often asked, how bad are the snakes there where you live? As you all well know, I live in the jungle. I live right in the middle of the sugarcane fields. And I'll be honest with you, the only snakes I've seen have been two pythons. Both of them were killed. One had two chickens in it, and one rat snake which got away. Uh, that's it. I've been here in this house uh, right at 10 years, almost. I'm sure there's plenty of snakes around. I just don't see them. Snakes are a common thing here in the Philippines, and what few I've heard of have been mostly in the southern part of the Philippines. Has been do have a Philippine cobra. I've never seen one personally. The only snakes I've seen, to be honest with you, other than the ones I just told you about, have been the ones in captivity. I wished I had the picture of one where Grace and I was in the cage with a huge python. At that time, uh, it was 21 foot long. And to be honest with you, I was a little nervous. But Grace and I had a picture, and that was in Bohol. I don't know if the snake's still there or not. So if I got any viewers that live in Bohol that know if that snake's still there, it'd be nice for you to comment. But he was huge. Speaking of large animals in captivity, there was a zoo that hopefully it still exists in Cebu called Crocolanda. And they had this huge crocodile. And they named it Lapa Lapa. I mean, he was huge. I don't know the exact dimensions on him now. It's been so long. That's been 13, 14 years ago that we actually went there. And they had a pretty good selection of different animals there. Birds and monkeys and things of that nature. And they even had for my curiosity, they had a Philippine deer. And those deer were quite small. I was surprised. They had turtles there and things of that nature. I think it was mostly animals native to the Philippines. I don't recall seeing anything other than that. And hopefully that still exists. For those that live in Cebu, comment if you know that still exists. Like I said, it's been a long time. You would think we'd do more travel in Cebu than what we do, but I just don't want to deal with the traffic, just to be honest with you. Yeah. But that's what I know about that. Now, there used to be a zoo on this island here, which was kind of an exotic zoo. They had tigers and giraffes and elephants and all that stuff. That's south of here. Before you get into Dumaguete, and I think it was called Alman, something like that. And we went there 2 or 3 different times. That was quite nice. It was kind of out of the way where it was located. And I think they struggled to survive. It doesn't exist anymore. Ah, good old coffee. But, now there's a really nice zoo in Cebu we've never been to. my understanding is on the northern side, North Central, something like that. I would like to visit that one from the videos I've seen. I don't recall the name of it, but I'm sure that look on Google Maps, you person could find it. Uh, but that'd be interesting. I've always enjoyed zoos, uh, especially zoos that are maintained and animals are comfortable and pretty well set up in a natural environment. And now in the States, when it'd been a long time since I visited a zoo there too, 30 plus years maybe longer than that. I went to the Cincinnati Zoo, and I only got vague memories of it. But what little I do have is good memories. I remember the gorillas and the elephants and things of that nature. I sure miss here though, going around different islands, seeing different things. Hopefully, Grace and I can do a few more things in the near future. Hopefully, that would be quite nice. I didn't get to do videos while we was in Dumbrigated this time, due to the fact that always background music and stuff, and I'm not good at editing and doing voiceovers, so apologize for that. And we did enjoy ourselves. We got to experience, trying to remember the name of the place now. Anyway, it was nice, quite nice. Of course, we went to Forest Camp again. I always enjoy going there. I didn't visit the hot springs this time or anything of that nature. Oh, by the way, Negroes does have a geothermal electric plant, which is located in that area. And I've never got to tour the plant personally, but I have seen it a couple of times in the distance. That would be interesting to go and check out. Maybe one of these days I get the opportunity to do that. I don't know if they allow touring the plant or not. Would be nice, just for curiosity. But you would think as many volcanoes there are, especially on this island, there's 3 of them, only one of them active. There would be more geothermal electric plants. Of course, I don't know the details on those, so I'm just an old hillbilly. But it seemed like a good way of powering plants. Our volcano nearby here, it's been still burping and blowing a little steam from time to time. A couple of days ago, it showed itself a little bit, but nothing major. I often get asked, does it bother me here? Well, no, it don't. It just happens that there's 2 mountain ranges between us and that volcano. We can't even see the volcano from the house due to those mountain ranges, when we're down in the valley. But I have, if you drive over in that area, there's some things I noticed, and I'm often curious about. You see these huge stones everywhere, spotted all over the landscape. And, I don't think it could be human intervention to place those in those locations. I think it's sometime in the past history there was a major eruption that caused those stones. And it must have been massive. Because you can drive around the island there, and there's several locations that you'll spot those stones. Now, we're not talking little fellas. They take a good piece of equipment just to move one, or break it down to where you can move it. But that gives you an idea of the power behind one of those volcanoes if it decides to become major. You know, these stones are located several miles from the volcano. Uh, in the beginning when I seen those stones, I didn't give it much thought. But since this volcano has been active, I've often thought about that. Now, there's none of those stones close to my house, but as you drive over in that area, you will see them. Anyway, folks, thought I'd say a few words this morning. Let everybody know I'm still kicking and still drinking coffee. And hopefully everybody's doing great. And thank you all for stopping in and seeing what I got to say. Until next time.